So, let's talk today's GH, or General Hospital. Not too much happened, but a couple interesting things happened that I want to kind of point out and bring up. So, okay. Alexis and Neil are probably the most two rational, smart, professional people, that's on the show that I can sit there and think of. Neil knows his mistake, and so does Alexis. But I guess because it's a soap opera, fuck it, whatever. They decide to have sex. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, really? Like, okay, with Jason and Sam, I mean, Sam is acting like a child, but, she's younger. Alexis is a lot older. And Neil is older too, but yet they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna have sex. So, wow. I. Hmm. So, during this, because I'm gonna kind of like jump around a little bit, but during this whole proceeding thing, I feel like Alexis goes in this meeting like a lawyer. She's cold, she's detached. There was one point where she like bows her head for a second and then she just goes into like straight up lawyer mode. And, before that, her and Neil has a talk and Neil's like, yo, I'm going to sit there and just tell the truth because there's no point in lying. And, by me lying, I'm just undermining my work and the work of my profession. And, Alexa's just like, yo, listen, don't do that for me. Pretty much like, because in reality, she doesn't want that responsibility on her, because if things don't work out, he done lost his license for a fling, So I get where Alexis is coming from. Hell, she's at a point she's like, yo, listen, if you're not gonna do it for me, you're gonna do it for yourself, and if you don't do it, then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure that you have your career. Let's talk about the funeral for a minute. And this is something that major that kind of happened. I'm just kind of looking at my notes a little bit because. So, Sonny comes in the bar. Jordan acts like a bitch like usual. Whatever. Sonny just wants to pay his respects. Now, at first I was just like, I don't know if this is the best time to do it. I get that you want to pay your respects, but maybe there's another way you can go about doing it. But fuck it, he's just like, I'm gonna do it anyway. He says his speech or whatever, it's nice and everything like that. And then he walks up to Trina and Trina's mom. Now, here's the thing that really fucking blew me. Okay? Here's the thing that really blew me. And it makes me think that Portia, Trina's mom, is more upset with Ava than just her business. Because, Sonny's like, listen, if you need anything, I got you, don't worry about it. And Portia's like, oh, well, thank you, I'm very grateful, and, whatever. And just very nice and cordial. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, wait a minute, hold on. You just fucking bitched out Ava for being an organized crime. And yet you're cool with talking with Sonny? Like, really? And now I sit there and think about this. The fact that you allow Trina to hang out with Jocelyn, knowing who her parents are, but then actually, getting an attitude with Ava, it's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? So my theory, which is simple. You're jealous of her relationship. You're jealous that she will see Ava as a mother figure, more than you. And it's just fucking just written on the wall, and it's so fucking petty. It's so petty because your daughter's going through such a tough time, and you're more concerned with like making sure that, she sees you more as a mother figure than her, rather than actually having Ava help her through her grief. Like, petty ass shit is that? Also, apparently, Kurtis walks in there. Trina acts like a bitch again. Okay, you know, that's a tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of dreading that because I was like, oh, here we fucking go. She's gonna act like a bitch. No one's gonna say anything. And everyone's just gonna let it fly because she's going through grief. Listen, everyone goes through grief, okay? And, while I'm not gonna sit there and try to tell people how they should handle their grief, the fact of the matter is, you're a child. He's a grown ass man. There's other grown ass people there. Somebody should have put her in her place. I am sorry that you lost your dad. Okay, I really am. But you are not gonna sit there and just talk to him however the fuck you feel like it. The fact that Jordan just kind of just stood back and just kind of just like didn't say shit. Like, really? Because if the roles were reversed and somebody was sitting there chewing out joy, you know damn well fucking Kurtis would have been there in a fucking heartbeat. So I just found that shit kind of weird. That you just let her go off on your man and you didn't even bother to say shit. Like, really? Anyway, so yeah, apparently Portia and Kurtis know each other. And, I mean, come on. It's more than just like they just, you know, casual old friends and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it goes a lot deeper. And I'm not gonna lie, you've been giving your man a hard time. You know, you've been really bitching him out, chewing him out, being distant with him. I mean, come on now. It's not like, clearly it's not like there's any fucking love lost between Portia and Taggart. You know, you practically dumped on him at fucking Elizabeth's house, talking about, oh well, you know, he was already married to the job, this, that, and third. I'm like, your husband's body, your ex-husband's body is not that long into the ground and already you sitting there probably fucking badmouthing him. Like, are you kidding me? I don't understand that. I get that she was upset and she was hurt, that she felt like, you know, she was, you know, that he chose the job over choosing her. I get that, but there's a time and a place for that. And I felt like, you know, losing your ex-husband or whoever, and that's the shit that you want to just keep bringing up. Anyway, but yeah, there's something going there. There's something going there. As far as this relationship with her and Kurtis. So I know to some extent I'm still just like, yo, that bitch needs to go because of the way that she treated Ava. And granted, I know that Ava is not everyone's favorite character. There are some people that really like her. There's some people that really hate her. And she's done some shit. Okay? There's no fucking denying that she's done some shit. But she lost a daughter. And the first thing you come out your mouth is sit there and say, oh, well, she's not your daughter. Like, really? Really, bitch? That's really how you want to fucking go? And, you know, she comes out her mouth during that whole time with Ava saying some sort of fucking remark. And Ava was just like, you know what? Listen, bitch, you're grieving, so you're gonna get a fucking pass. I'm just sitting there thinking, how long are you gonna sit there and just let her keep fucking throwing shots at you before you decide you want to start throwing shots back at her? Because to be honest, the bitch has it coming. With that being said, I am kind of interested to see what's the history behind Kurtis and Portia. Not much happened. And see, this is, you know, at one point, you know, Laura's always that they're trying to push Kurtis to go to the wake and everything like that. And, you know, Kurtis like, yo, listen, her daughter, you know, his daughter doesn't want me there. And she's already chewed me out more than once. I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, sure, let's go. And then after he gets chewed out, Laura's all like, oh, well, I'm sorry. This was my idea. You know, I shouldn't, like, bitch, seriously? You really didn't sit there, you didn't think this through, did you? You didn't fucking think this through. For somebody who's supposed to be mayor of a fucking city, and that was the fucking best idea that you came up with? And poor Charles is in a fucking shit show at that point. Yeah, I mean, not much. Oh, I'm just gonna sit there and say not much happened. I mean, the stuff with Sasha and Michael is whatever. It's interesting, but that wasn't like the meat of the show, you know. That was somewhat like dessert, but not really great dessert, you know. Because he's there's nothing that went on with him as far as all he basically was saying was that, you know, he thinks that he should get married to Sasha, and you know, at first I was like, bro, please tell me that is not how you're gonna propose to her, because let's just rewind that. That is a terrible fucking proposal. And then they realized towards the end that rushing into a marriage for the sake of a child or whoever is just not a good idea. So honestly, tell you the truth, their whole fucking story, as much as I like Michael and Sasha, the whole story just really didn't matter. Julian is there hanging out by the office because, you know, Scott is talking to Brad, and he's like, yo, listen, if you know anybody else that was involved in this whole cover-up, you need to say something so that way we can kind of, you know, throw some shade on them and kind of get you off. And just as Brad is about to crack, because let's be honest, he's a weak fucking bitch, Julian comes in. And Julian is just kind of just making sure, like, yo, listen, we good, right? Like, you got me, right? I mean, you're not going to say anything because, you know, my son needs me and you don't want to do that. I mean, he was, let's be honest, he was being fucking manipulative as shit. Just trying to manipulate the whole fucking situation. Talking about, I got you, I'm not gonna abandon you, you don't wanna. I'm like, bro, you need to fucking cash out and poor Charles fucking leave, because you know damn well that Brad is a fucking spineless coward, and you even said it so yourself, he will sell you out in a heartbeat if he has to. And right towards the end, Sonny just comes in there like, yo, what's up? Brad's like, well, what are you gonna do to me? He's like, well, depends on how this trial goes. Depends on what you say during the trial. And yeah, that's pretty much in essence the recap of General Hospital. Again, not much happened. The interesting stuff was the funeral. So, and again, I do gotta say a couple of things before I close out this video. One, I know there's another guy that's also doing these reviews and stuff like that. He's been doing them daily, and I've been very like off and on about him. You know, I do them like maybe every now and then, and it's not really too consistent. And I realized that, you know, if people do want me to, you know, if people are gonna watch my reviews on General Hospital, then I should be consistent enough to actually do them. Now, you know, given my schedule and stuff like that, sometimes throughout the week, sometimes maybe a day, whatever, is going to be a little more challenging. But what I will say is that if people want me to, you know, get caught up on General Hospital and stuff like that, I'll definitely be down to do them daily. I'll be down to do them daily. And again, I know there's another guy that kind of goes in more detail about it. I'm not gonna lie, I used to actually watch his videos too. And sometimes his videos are kind of long. Like 45 minutes to an hour long. I'm like, bro, I might as well just watch the damn episode at that point. I mean, don't get me wrong, he does these reviews a lot better than me. He's been doing them for a while, he's very comfortable, he has a certain style, and he's good at it. So I'm not going to sit there and knock the dude. I'm just sitting there saying that if you want somebody else's opinion on these reviews, definitely watch the videos. Well, watch the reviews. Comment on if there's anything that you missed, anything that you thought that was really exciting about the episodes. It's weird. I've been watching General Hospital for so long. Like, let's put it this way. I've been watching General Hospital when they used to actually have soap talk. when he used to actually have a soap opera channel, SoapNet, with Ty Treadway and Lisa Rinna. Like I go back as far as the original Nicholas. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Christopher Tyler. Hell, I even go further back. We used to have not the original Lucky, but the second Lucky. We used to actually have Georgie and Lorenzo Alcazar. So we're talking about years. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm a fan of it. Some days I'm a huge fan of it. Some days I'm a fan of it. And I watch different type of shows. You know, I can watch my shows from like stuff on Arrow and CW to like This Is Us. Anything that has a great story with great characters, I'm gonna watch it. So again, leave a comment, leave a like if you like my videos, if you think I'm doing something off, or if I'm not talking about stuff that you feel that I should be talking about, hit me up. Also, if you want me to do reviews on other soap operas, Channel 4 and Channel 2, I'll definitely be willing to give them a try. I'm more of a General Hospital fan, but, you know, hell, at one point, when One Life to Live used to be on, I was watching that first. I would watch One Life to Live and Port Charles first before I started watching General Hospital. And it was Port Charles that got me into General Hospital because I felt like I was watching half of a story. And if you watch Port Charles, if you remember Port Charles 1, you know exactly how long I've been watching General Hospital, and 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So thank you for watching the video, and again, catch you in the next one.